The Braves travel to South Beach to take on the Marlins for a 7 o'clock late season showdown. Thanks for tuning in. Brock Page here, and I do random sports picks for fun. The Braves went into Game 1 as the moneyline underdogs with the total at 8.5 runs. Since the betting opened up, we've seen very minimal movement of the lines in this matchup. Atlanta remains the moneyline underdogs as the Marlins are laying $1.10 on the line, with that total moving downward to an even 8 runs. Miami is also laying the 1.5 on the run line. And at the moment, 64% of the action's on the Atlanta Braves. So we could very well have ourselves a good old-fashioned, down and dirty, 100% authentic, full-fledged flip of the lines. Tonight's probables are Teheran for the Braves, Dylan Peters for the Marlins. This Miami team has won just 1 of 5 contests where Peters made the start for them on the bump. Meanwhile, a little bit different story on the other side as the Braves have won 15 of 31 when Teheran makes the start themselves. In addition to that, this Braves team actually holds the season series lead by a landslide. Atlanta's gone 10-5 in their head-to-head matchups with the Marlins. Atlanta's also facing a struggling Miami ball club who's lost 3 of their last 4. All told, the case for Atlanta can certainly be made. But before I go ahead and select an official winner in this one, let's go ahead and break down the total. And when it comes to the scoring, both teams are 1-1 to the overs in their previous 2 before last night's action. Both teams' games are also collectively averaging nearly 10 runs of scoring per contest. All told, with these 2 shaky pitchers, the case for the over can certainly be made, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm in full agreement with the betting public on the scoring. I'm taking the over 8 runs in this matchup. And when it comes to selecting a winner, this Miami team has lost their last 3 games by nearly 5 runs per contest. Meanwhile, on the other side, in addition to winning 67% of their head-to-head matchups with Miami, the Braves' last 3 wins came by an average of 5 runs per victory. All told, the case for Atlanta can certainly be made. I like the Braves winning it outright for some run line and money line cash. All told, I've got Atlanta and the over. Next matchup, Oakland at Texas. The Oakland Athletics opened up laying $1.10 on the money line with the total at a rotund 10.5 runs. Since the betting opened up, however, we've seen a good amount of that early money come steadily pouring in on the Athletics to get the job done. Right now, Oakland's the $1.20 favorites on the money line with that total moving downward to an even 10 runs. Currently, the Texas Rangers get the 1.5 on the run line at home. And at the moment, 63% of the betting public now has action back on the Texas Rangers to get the job done. So look for that line to possibly flip. And as a matter of fact, we've already had a flip of the lines earlier this morning as the Rangers at one point were actually laying the 1.5 on the run line. Having said all that, though, if you're an Oakland bettor, right now is probably the worst spot to take sides. I'd wait it out a little closer to first pitch for some better odds on that money line action. And speaking of action, we got ourselves a pretty interesting matchup on the bump. Tonight's projected starters are Manaea for the A's, Gonzalez for the Rangers. This Rangers ball club is 2-2 in their 4 games where Miguel Gonzalez makes the start. Meanwhile, pretty similar story on the other side as Oakland's winning almost 47% of their 28 games where Manaea made the start on the bump themselves. Mediocrity aside, this Oakland squad has fared quite well against the Rangers on the year. Oakland's currently 9-6 in their 15 head-to-head matchups with the Rangers. Oakland's also winning an impressive 66% of their games as the official Vegas favorite. Even more impressive, the Oakland Athletics are winning an absurd 75% of their games as the official road favorite. Therefore, if you're betting sides in this one and you're liking Oakland, the case can certainly be made for your argument. Having said all that, however, let's go ahead and take a look at the totals before taking sides. And when it comes to the scoring, Texas games are 3-0 to the overs in their last 3. Meanwhile, very similar story on the other side as Oakland games are 2-0 to the overs in their last 2 themselves. All told, the case for the over can certainly be made, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm in full disagreement with the betting public on this one, giving me the over 10 runs in this matchup. And when it comes to selecting a winner, keep in mind that this Rangers ball club has won just 17 of 43 games as the official home underdog. Even worse, they're winning a measly 38% of their games at the current moneyline odds. All told, the case for Oakland can certainly be made, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Give me the Oakland A's -1.5 and winning it outright on the road for some money line cash. All told, I've got the A's and the over. All right, folks, I'm going to slide into my next and final game for the show. I'm talking about the Los Angeles Angels at the Chicago White Sox. The Angels opened up as the $1.15 money line favorites and the total at 10.5 runs. Since the betting opened up, we've seen a good amount of that early money come flowing in on the Angels to get the job done. They're now laying a $1.20 as the money line favorites, with the total moving upward to an even 11 runs. Try saying that 3 times fast. Even 11 runs. Currently, the White Sox get the 1.5 on the run line at home, and at the moment, 61% of the public has action on the Angels, so look for those odds on the Chicago side to improve. Tonight's probables in this matchup: Big Bad Bud Norris for the Angels going up against Dylan Covey for the White Sox. Chicago's won just 3 of 11 when Covey makes the start on the hill. Meanwhile, we don't know anything about this Bud Norris guy. No, I'm just kidding. The Angels are 1-1 in their 2 games where Mr. Bud Norris makes the start on the bump themselves. What a great name. Anyway, the Angels have also held their own pretty well against this Chicago team. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, California, USA are 4-2 in their head-to-head matchups with the Sox. The Angels are also winning 56% of their matchups as the official road favorite. They're going up against a White Sox team who's winning just 39% of their games as the official Vegas underdog. They're also in abysmal 28 games under 500. All told, the case for the White Sox bettors was certainly not made. I don't know if I can take action on them. With that thought in mind, though, let me just procrastinate a little bit more and break down the totals. And when it comes to the scoring, 2 out of Chicago's previous 3 games went under the line before last night's action. Meanwhile, similar story on the other side, as LA games are 1-1 to the unders before last night's action as well. All told, the case for the under can certainly be made, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to fully disagree with the wagering public on another total and take the under 11 runs in this one. And when it comes to selecting a winner, this White Sox team is winning just 33% of their games when facing the Angels. They're also winning just 27% of their games where Dylan Covey makes the start. With those factors in mind, I'm going to go ahead and take the Los Angeles Angels -1.5 and winning it outright for some run line and money line cash, respectively. All told, I like the Angels and the under. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. I know it's been a while since I've done some baseball, but thank you for bearing with me and thank you for watching. And yes, once again, I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.